Greetings, Cynthia. Here is your critique of your first two projects. Flicker going here. I'll also hear a comment on these. They look very interesting. I like your setup and the use of the brick. Maybe we'll take a look at those at the end. Alright, let's find your second project here. Shutter speed. Look at these. I actually like this image quite a bit. I love all the white and the softness of it. There's an intensity in this gaze, though it's all very blurry. I like that you're framed by this very softly contrasted but hard angled rectangle. And it's sharp, which I think helps. And then this figure here in the white, and it appears a veil or something. It's actually quite a curious image, and I like it quite a bit. And I think this one is good too. I think they're both successful. I like the contrast here of the hair against all this stuff. Yeah, I think they're kind of haunting and very engaging. This image is also, I would say, very interesting. Well composed. I like the elongated vertical format and the light, going up there. Slight ghost figure. I almost want to bring out this figure a little bit more. If you went in Photoshop or something and played with the contrast, might be able to pull that out a little bit more, add a little contrast to that. It might be interesting, but I think the image works. It looks like the white balance might be off. It's a little warm everywhere, or that might just be the long exposure, but that could be corrected in Photoshop again too, playing with color. I'm not sure if I think I actually like the other image better. I liked it where it got progressively bigger circles as we moved up to the top. And yes, this one I think is kind of interesting too. And the cat and the figure moving down the steps. So, alright, looks good. We'll move on and take a look at your first project. Again, I think it seems like one of the things that you do well is really think about the whole environment, and that's sometimes where people fall short in photography, is they don't consider all that space, the negative space. They'll consider that object that they're photographing, but they're not considering everything around them and everything behind them, and it seems like you do, because I like the composition, I like the covering of the eyes, but I also like the color and the light is really nice in this chair. But then we have this chair back here and the wall, and all this stuff seems to work really well together. Even what you're wearing in regards to what's in this painting, all this stuff works very well together, as well as the composition of the window here and the window here. This nice tension with where those light areas are, and I think it's quite a successful photograph. This one also works. It's a very similar composition. You obviously move. There's different light, and that does change the dynamics of the photograph. But I'm not sure how much, it needs. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. This one seems a little bit soft. I don't know if this is the camera didn't focus, or if it was just a long exposure and you and the cat got a little soft. The chair seems kind of sharp, but it's just a little portrait of the cat. It's all right. Not as engaged with it. This one actually is a lot more interesting, where you're both looking away. Makes the viewer very curious. So I like this one a lot better, but it seems to suffer a little bit from the same thing too. It's not quite sharp. not as interesting as the last one, but this photograph I did like quite a bit. I liked all the verticals and a little bit of the horizontal lines. Um, I think I even commented on this photograph, and I found it quite engaging and interesting. So, good job with that. All right, Cynthia. And like I said, with your what you're working on with this project, I think seems pretty compelling and interesting. And I would just focus on getting these in the right order, putting them in a set, and I think that's probably what you do today. But very compelling images. These two are just good compositions on their own. I think if you get them in the right order, they'll tell a compelling story. All right, so let's move on here. Good job, Cynthia. Looking forward to seeing more.